See this year's rookies going for broke on the field. Problem is, many of these players run the risk of going broke for real once their playing days are over. Our cover story is reported now by Lee Cowan.
With the first pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, the NFL's #1 overall draft pick this year, is a well-toned walking investment. The former Florida State quarterback signed with the Tampa Bay Bucs for a cool $25 million, making him a pretty wealthy man at the age of just 21. His skills are undeniable, and yet even the greats in this game know that skills fade. But many young athletes don't think the money ever will.
In reality, when I had all that money destroyed everything around me that I love.
Keith McCants, once a fierce defensive player, was a first-round draft pick out of Alabama back in 1990. His contract, $7.4 million, plus one of the largest signing bonuses ever offered to a rookie defender.
Hey, I feel great. It's a dream come true.
So, how old were you when all this was?
20 years old.
You're 20 years old, and you became a multimillionaire literally overnight.
Overnight. What do you do with that money? I'm like, so I tell you what I did with that money. I lost everything.
Where did it all go?
I gave it away.
You gave it away?
Mm-hmm.
So who did you end up giving money to? Was it friends? Was it family? Was it?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Anybody who asked?
Everybody who asked. I was from Mobile, Alabama. I'm green, I'm gullible. I didn't know no better.
He made a string of bad investments. Friends he never knew he had suddenly had a handout, and he says he never really knew how to say no. He's hardly an isolated case. From Mike Tyson to Bernie Kosar to Antoine Walker, there's a long list of pro athletes once worth tens of millions of dollars who filed for bankruptcy.
If you take the top 10% of all wage earners in professional sports out, okay, about 90% are in financial distress 5 years after they retire.
That's not an official number. It's just what Ed Butowsky has seen, managing pro athletes' money for years.
I had someone about 3 years ago. He called me. He said, I want to come in and talk about my portfolio. And I looked him up and I realized that this man had made about $70 million in his baseball career. He walked in. I saw he had nothing in his hands. And I said, you told me you wanted to bring your portfolio for me to look at. He says, I have nothing.
The factors contributing to their financial fumbles are numerous. Some live fast, flashy, and foolishly. Their egos inflated better than one of Tom Brady's footballs. But the headlines are also full of those who have been taken advantage of, unscrupulous agents and managers who prey on those who don't know any better. Which is why Butowsky started holding financial boot camps, like this one.
You just won't go broke if you listen to this.
In addition to basic money management advice, he invites big-name veterans to warn rookies of the dangers wealth can bring.
It's scary when young, immature kids get a lot of money into their pocket.
That's linebacker Winfred Tubbs, who played with the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers.
If we all made the money at the age of 30 instead of the age of 21, we wouldn't probably be having this conversation.
LaTroy Hawkins has been a Major League Baseball pitcher for years. He's now with the Toronto Blue Jays.
To get a kid to understand that, you know, the money you're making now, and if you make enough of it, that should last you the rest of your life. Kids don't think like that.
Taking it all in was Christian Covington, a former defensive tackle at Rice University, who was just drafted this year by the Houston Texans.
I want to be wise. I want to be wise when it comes to football. I want to be wise when it comes to my financial decisions, and I want to be wise when it comes to my off-field actions as well.
According to league statistics, the average career in the NFL is only a little more than 3 years. Major League Baseball, about 5. The NBA, right in the middle. But planning for that kind of early retirement isn't on most rookies' minds.
You want to spend your money the way you want to spend your money.
Former high school phenom Kenny Anderson was the youngest player in the league when he signed with the New Jersey Nets back in 1991. Over the next 14 seasons, he earned around $60 million. But now, nearly all of that is gone. When he made it, his family felt they made it too. And for Kenny, a sense of obligation kicked in.
My accountant used to laugh at me sometimes. He's like, you're not even spending your money. Other people spending your money.
The first thing he bought as a rookie, a house for his mom. Then he started writing checks to his siblings.
You know, I'm giving my sisters and my brothers allowance. They're grown people. Allowance, you know what I mean?
How much was the allowance?
About, $3,000 to $5,000 a month.
His talent and his salary made him quite the catch. And that cost him too.
You know, I got 8 kids, two divorces. This is my 3rd wife. So a lot of this stuff is just, I did to myself as far as with my money.
I mean, some people call it, the lottery effect, that they've won the lottery.
Len Middleton teaches at the Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan.
It's not rocket science. It's not hard to learn. It's being exposed to it. And then the midterm exam is going to be on the 25th.
So he started this business course tailored for future pro athletes, although any student can enroll.
They have a choice right now. They're at these crossroads, right? And if they gain this knowledge, they're going to be far better off down the road. On a $1.3 million salary, you factor in all these taxes, this is almost $700,000 comes out of the top, right? Let's
subtract the hefty savings needed for a retirement that could start in their late 20s, and the pot gets a lot smaller.
This is what you have left.
I was in shock. I almost walked out the class crying. I was like, what is going on?
Where did it go?
Yeah, where did it go?
Glenn Robinson took Len's course and headed into the NBA with eyes wide open.
There's some guys in the league that don't even know the PIN to their bank account. They just expect for the people that's handling their money to be able to, keep track of that, and they trust them.
Why do you think more colleges are doing classes like this?
It's a great question. I have no idea.
Hockey star Zach Nagelvoort isn't taking any chances. After being drafted by the Edmonton Oilers, he too enrolled in the course. Now, after working on his fancy footwork at the gym, he goes home to study good financial footing, too.
How big a difference do you think this has made?
Come by us in 5 years and let's see how helpful it really was.
Kenny Anderson had the drive to fight back from his financial defeat.
Keep your low, keep your head up. Keep your head up.
He now gives money pointers to young athletes as often as showing off his 3-pointers.
My family's fine, my bills are paid, my house is paid off, I don't have a mortgage, so I'm fine.
My name is Keith McCants. I came through this program as
Keith McCants, though, had a tougher road. He got addicted to painkillers. He was even homeless for a while. His glory days in football, a distant memory. But he found a way to get rich in other ways.
So, stinking thinking, you ever heard of stinking thinking? You heard of that?
He now counsels those struggling with addictions, just like his.
Can I hug you? Thank you. God bless.
For McCants, that kind of wealth is the kind that really lasts.
The love of money is the root of all evil, and the world loves money. It makes the world go round. It's what you do with it that defines who you are.